This is that one song that you heard so many times, and every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know. Yeah. Whoa. East Coast with that gang, gang. You know we don't play games, whoa. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast go ahead, stand up, put that glass and hands up. Gang, 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 we famed up, got that change, we bagged up. Crew love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, drip so sick I'm queasy, whoa. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you were all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
I want to talk to the kids.
No, there's no fucking way you're talking to my goddamn kids.
Sometimes human beings are more than boy or girl. Because human beings are creatures, and we're wild and exciting. Sometimes we're something else.
Stop trying to brainwash the kids.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Hi, full north.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2449 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swole, back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everson K2 Flexing and all you beach.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer. The fucking Catalina wine
The nips are out. The nips are back. Welcome to the Daily Swole. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Share the show. Leave us a review on Spotify, on Apple Podcast. Hit that like button, that little thumbs up at the top of your screen. Thank you so much for doing so. Let's make sure YouTube has no choice but to share the Mancast. Drop in the comments down below. What are you smashing today? Merry Thursday, the January 19th. We have a great show. Let's jump right into it. Check all the links down below to join the fam today, swolenormousx.com. We're going to get into those Swole fam posts ASAP. But first, we have to bust the nut wide open. So without further ado, let's summon the Falcon. Here we go, beaches. Falcon. Yeah. Let's go. All right, Leo, you raging alcoholic. Hashtag most people don't. Drop that in the comments down below. Most people don't. A world famous, our legendary Swole card, one of them that I have on my left monitor. I love this card and absolutely 1000% true. Most people don't. No matter what you're trying to accomplish, no matter what habits you're trying to build, if it's something worth achieving, most people will not do what it takes to get there. Hashtag most people don't. Drop that in the comments down below. Now let's get into that tip. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. We gotta spit on it. We gotta spit on it to get it in. Otherwise, it just won't fucking go. All right, first post today, fam. We got one from Brandon.
What's in the box?
Seems like a standard daily selfie that we're getting from Brandon over here. Chest and shoulder day done. Annoyed gym selfie because I was getting kicked out of the big, quote, classroom for a class with a whopping 3 people. Oh, well. Yeah. Well, you know, you got to keep the you got to keep the rules consistent. I will say that's a little bit of a bummer, but you got to keep the rules consistent at those gyms because here's the thing. When there's a class in there, there shouldn't be anyone else in the gym. 1, it's distracting. 2, they can get in the way. But if you think about it, if they allow some people in, oh, there's 10 people, so you can be in here, but then there's 30 and you can't, and there's 3, so you can. People are going to be in there all the time. And it's like when there's a class, no one else in the room, whether there's 3 people or 50 people, that way there's never an issue. But I hear you. I hear you. Or you can go into the fucking main gym and just make some fucking gains with all the people that are making sick fucking gains. Why are you in the classroom anyway, bro? What are you doing in there? What are you doing in there? No one even knows what he's doing in there. What is he doing in there? Just taking selfies. Brandon's in there. He's like, I need to take selfies. Speaking of selfies, we got Matt Walsh here. British Bear. Smashed out chest, back, and biceps this morning. Maybe it's the early morning pump, but I'm happier that my t-shirt sleeves are getting tighter, as you should be. My arms used to be insanely thin. Happy that I'm filling out in the right way. Now that I have also upped my food intake, have a good day, fam. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Look at those guns. Look at that. Look at that little peak you got going out there. Look at that little Dante's Peak right there. Nice. Pierce Brosnan would be jealous. You need to have those references ready for this show, fam. JC says, hello, fam. So I need your opinion on this. I'm already down to 270 pounds and my weight fluctuates like crazy. Was 274 yesterday, 278 the day before, and 270 today after eating a lot. Well, that's definitely not normal, I'll tell you that much. And it's getting a little scary. I'm afraid I'm losing muscle at a crazy rate and not losing any fat. In the mirror, I do look leaner, so I don't really know what to think. I've been doing elimination for the last 4 weeks and started losing weight like crazy about 2 weeks ago. I must add my workouts were not 100% these last 2 weeks. For reference, I was 282 40 days ago. Do you think this is a healthy rate and I'm just freaking out? Question mark. JC, I'm going to need to know more about this. When are you weighing yourself? Are you weighing yourself in the morning, in the morning, go to the pee, go to the poo, and then weigh yourself without drinking any water? So my thoughts on this is probably just a guess that you're not weighing at the same time every day. So if that's the case, it's not going to be consistent because you drink a few pounds of water, then you're going to be a few pounds heavier, right? So you said 270 today after eating a lot. So that really tells me that you're not weighing yourself consistently. So I don't really care about. So in that case, the numbers don't matter. They're irrelevant. And chances are you're not fluctuating 8 pounds within 2 days or 3 days. I mean, unless you're weighing at the worst possible times, like you're weighing yourself. In other words, JC, let's get consistent. Stop fucking weighing yourself every day. There's no need to do that. There's no need. The weight that you will be day to day is irrelevant. That's so micro, it's not important. Weigh yourself once per week. You're going to fluctuate weight every couple days. It might fluctuate a couple pounds. 8 pounds a lot. I just think you're weighing yourself improperly. So make sure, wake up in the morning. Wake up in the morning. Go to the bathroom. Don't drink anything. And then weigh yourself. Do it once a week. You don't need to do it more than that. Don't get obsessed with it. If you're going to be obsessed with it, do it twice a week, but it's really not that important. It's not that important. You need to focus on, you just said that your workouts were not 100%. Then what the fuck are you paying attention to? Just saying, I'm going to give you some tough love here. I mean, here's some of that fucking knowledge cock that you come in for. It doesn't matter what, like if you're not working out, you're not putting your 100% focus and effort into those 7 pillars, then the weight doesn't matter. What do you expect? Lift, train hard, focus more on that than stepping on a goddamn fucking scale and obsessing about the number. Okay? You're looking in the mirror. Don't forget, your eyes are looking in the mirror. So the mirror is distorting. That's why you take pictures, because the mirrors aren't accurate. Mirrors can be like funhouse mirrors. If you ever go to a gym, they're funhouse mirrors with the lighting. And it's your eyes, so it's your opinion. And if you're not in a good mood or you feel down about yourself, you're going to look shittier in the mirror. So this is just not, you're freaking out. You're freaking out. You're obsessing over the wrong things. You're not focusing enough on your workouts. Why were your workouts not 100%? It's because you're focusing on this other bullshit. So let's get back on the train. Focus, buddy. Focus, buddy. All right, Joanne. I just wanted to share this. My gym for the afternoon. Swolga Gravity, beside the beautiful Clarence River that runs through the middle of my town. Better than an afternoon wine. I haven't forgotten to do a follow-up post about my food as requested on the Daily Swole. I'm going to record everything I eat tomorrow on a typical day with some pictures. I won't change anything until after it's been examined. Cool. Track that for a week. Everything you eat. Just whatever you're normally consuming, just mark it down. Even if it's the most minute, you're grabbing one bite of something, which shouldn't really be happening, but mark that down. Don't stress about it. Just observe. Good for you. That's a beautiful spot for some yoga. Beautiful day. Beautiful view too. We got our last one here from Matt from the Telegram chat. He writes, so an update about my mom. She texted me the other day saying she walked up the stairs in her house without having to lean against the wall. This was the first time she has been able to do this in several years. It makes me feel good because I'm not a trainer. I'm just a guy who listens to a bunch of fitness podcasts and tries different things in an effort to learn new things. As we all should be, always be learning. Good for you. Good for your mom. Walked up the stairs without having to lean on anything. Excellent. 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 Does she have a railing? Really important. She should have something to hold on to if that's a concern. But that's great news. That's great news. Curious to hear about what you've been doing with her. So if you want to follow up on that, that's fantastic. Good for you. All right. We'll take some questions now. If you do have any questions, if you were one of those Swole fan peeps, if we read your post and you're watching live, you could drop that in the comments below. Hashtag AskPapaSwolio. Also, if you want to call in, make sure you go to askpapaswolio.com. Jessica, I sent a message to Papa through IG. Well, then I'm not going to see it. So I hope he talks about it. You need to call in. Call in, askpapaswolio.com, or drop it in the comments down below. Otherwise, I will not likely see it. I don't use Instagram DMs personally. We got the Swole team working on DM. There's just way too many. So if you want to contact me, if you want to ask a question for the show to get into it, make sure you either post in the Facebook group. You can directly drop it here in the comments, or you can call in, askpapaswolio.com. You're right here live. Don't say shit. Just ask. Just ask. Ask. That's why I'm here. So if you want to make sure that I get it, because there's way too many. If you can imagine, there's like 4 or 5 million followers across the platforms. Like the DMs are just, it's a fucking disaster area. It's a disaster area. Jessica, Papa Swolio, help. After 12 years, I am ready to give up my vegetarianism. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. As I recover, I'm realizing it was just part of my restriction. Any advice on where to start so I don't mess up my microbiome? You're not going to mess it up. You're actually going to improve it. You just said you're ready to give up being a vegetarian. So your gut biome is actually going to improve now. What you're really asking is you don't want to feel like indigestion or things like that. So I don't know what you're currently eating. Vegetarianism is not veganism. So vegetarianism means eggs and cheese. And I guess honey and stuff, right? You know, some vegans don't eat honey because they come from a fucking insect. So what are you eating now? Are you having eggs and cheese or anything like that? Raw cheese or pastured eggs, things of that sort? And what I would do is just start to implement small amounts of grass-fed beef and understand that you might feel a little bit of digestion, or it might take a few weeks or a couple months. It might just take some time. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. What I wouldn't do is just go hardcore with like heavy fats and tons of tallow and stuff like that, because you're not getting a ton of healthy fats if you're vegetarian, unless you're doing whole eggs. So what are you eating? Like, what are you actually getting into? And then we can give you some guidance on maybe how to on-ramp into it. Jessica says a lot of eggs. Well, that's good. Whole eggs. Hopefully you're not taking lots of nuts. Yeah, well, nuts are little cheese. Okay. I react poorly to milk. You don't have to have milk, but I would recommend once you kind of get back into it. I didn't have good issues. I had issues with milk too. But when I started having raw milk, I didn't have a problem. And now I make kefir. And the reason why I always talk about this is because most people that have issues with milk, it's because of the lactose. And if you make your own kefir, or you purchase kefir, either lightly pasteurized or raw kefir, the bacteria and the yeast that they use for making the kefir, which you could buy on Amazon, you can get the grains on Amazon and make it yourself. They break down, they feed on the sugars in the milk. They feed on the lactose. So they break it down so it's easier to digest. And many people that are even lactose intolerant can handle kefir with no problem. I have no issues. It's fucking amazing. Everything is improved. The dogs have it. Mama Swolio has it. Bowel movements, everything has improved. I just feel everything improved. I have it in the morning before my coffee. It's fucking great. I love it. So it's something to look into there too, but let's get you kind of like on-ramping. Whole eggs, good. My main meals are eggs, avocados, nuts, and like almonds. Yeah. So I'm a fan of the eggs and the avocados for sure. Whole eggs, good for you. Good stuff. Yeah, Ashley, when I start eating meat after 10 years, be sure to start with antibiotic-free, grass-fed. When I ate trash meat, I felt it for sure. 100% grass-fed, grass-finished beef. So what I would do, Jessica, is just start implementing it, but just make a few ounces, make like 4 ounces and have a little bit. You don't necessarily have to have it every day. Maybe have eggs on the other day. And what I would do is maybe have it earlier in the day. Don't have it like 8 o'clock at night, because meat, and especially your body, is not used to it. So you don't want to eat something super heavy later in the evening. I would have and I wouldn't go super fatty too at the beginning. So you don't want to go for like a fatty steak that could just be shock to your body. So I would go for something maybe like an 85%, 100% grass-fed, grass-finished beef. Maybe have maybe make a little bit so you could heat up the next day or something. Maybe have like 4 ounces. See how you feel. And if you feel good, you can try it the next day if you want to, and just start implementing a small amount and then go from there. And the reason why you're talking about your microbiome, and no one in this world is an expert in the microbiome. There's millions of bacteria. It's so complicated. It's so diverse. Everyone has their own nuance because of their lifestyle habits and genetics and everything that you've populated. But essentially, it's a garden. Your gut is a garden. And the bacteria that you grow is a byproduct of what you put in there. So if you put certain foods in there, certain bacteria are going to thrive and going to flourish. If you put garbage in there, you're going to have bacteria that thrive off those types of sugars and those types of, low quality food products. So if you all of a sudden are only eating plants and this kind of stuff, you populate a certain bacteria profile in your gut. And if you all of a sudden go to meat, let's say she went full carnivore, you might see massive improvements. You might feel great, but you could also have some indigestion at the beginning and maybe some diarrhea for a couple of weeks, just because you're changing the complete structure of what you're consuming. You're changing the macronutrient profile. You're changing all the different elements of what your body is processing. And then your body has to essentially shift. And by default, the bacteria will kind of shift over time to ones that digest and thrive off those foods. So it just takes a little bit of time. So if you do anything drastic, this is why if you're eating garbage and then go raw vegan, you go carnivore, it doesn't work, or it usually does, but raw vegan, it's like you're just doing drastic changes. Your body doesn't have a switch like that. It takes time. So just implement those things and do one thing at a time. Just implement some 100% grass-fed beef and just a little bit of it. And then you can observe what you eat. And I would stick with the avocados. Honestly, I would just pull back on the nuts a little bit. That's what she said. I would just pull back on the nuts. I would focus on the eggs, the avocados, the beef. Ooh, that's a really good. I love avocados. Jack, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the great content. I'm full up on exercise programs, but want to support you and the team. Keep up the good fight. Thank you. Thank you, Jack. Let's get you a little America. If you have a soundboard you want to request, feel free to do so, and I'll keep an eye out for your name in the chat. Also, if you want to support the Swole fam and also cover your nips with some amazing apparel, check out all the drops over there on papaswolio.com if you want to support and be able to rock some of this new shit. We have some designs that we've released in the past few weeks. We have To the Fucking Gym and Beyond. We have the Depth Vader. We have the GTTFG college logo. We have the GTTFG beard logo, which is pretty awesome mosaic. Fucking sweet. Keep Calm and Get Swole. The new diet plan with the zipper face emoji. We have the Jim Riz, the famous Jim Riz shirt, the new drop. And of course, we have the new Friends meme design, GTTFG, in the Friends logo style. I'll be swole for you. So check that out. And of course, so many more designs. But use code Daily Swole for 10% off. And that's another way you can support. And also, just fucking cover your nips with the best apparel in the game. Your nips are going to be cold if you don't wear something. And what better than to cover it with Swolenormous apparel? All right. Jeremiah, Papa Swole, love the content and the bread. You like gluten? No! I think you meant beard. See how important that is? The bread. Bread or beard. You move that constant a little bit and it goes from something awesome to something not so awesome. I'm just teasing you. Thanks for the support, Jeremiah. I appreciate it. Let's see. Jessica says, part of why I gave up meat, we're on this vegetarian kick. So good stuff. Everyone that might not be eating nutrient-dense food, pay attention. Part of why I gave up meat is I hated chicken, and everyone seems to be telling me to eat that before beef, but I don't really want chicken. No shit. It's a weak bird. Why would you want... Oh, not over beef. I haven't had chicken in a long time. So there's that. So glad that you are plugged into the Swole fam. So you got exposed to the fact that you don't need to just eat chicken and rice. That's like that's a classic stupid fitness meal. It really is. I'm not saying that you can't ever eat it, but that's the cliche chicken and rice, chicken and rice. If you're bodybuilding and you're on anabolic steroids and you're trying to get as lean and drop as much water and get as dry and chiseled for the stage, plain chicken and rice is fine. You want to cut down on those fats because you're trying to get super fucking lean, but that's not healthy. So just keep that in mind. Jessica says, I think I'll go right to beef. I'll be more likely to feel better and get all the iron I need. Yeah, absolutely. Good for you. And remember, Jessica, there's no rush. You don't want to go, hey, I've been vegetarian for 10 years. Then you go and you eat a 16-ounce ribeye. It's going to feel, I mean, you might feel fantastic. I'm not saying to do that, but I'm saying you might feel great right away with the beef and have no issues. But the bottom line is, if you just ease into it slightly, best case scenario, you have a little bit. Next day, I feel really good. I feel great. And then you have a little bit again. You don't have to eat, just get it more consistent in your nutrition. And then if you feel good, then you can go from there. The last thing you want to do is just have a big meal and then it's just a shock to your body and then you feel uncomfortable. Shane lately had to be careful with grass-fed beef. I prefer bison. Why careful? Bison's great too. They're both great. They're both great. A little bit different. Cooks a little faster. Different kind of taste, but it's really good. Jeremiah, Papa Swole, your thoughts on zoo culture? Like going to the zoo? Do I like zoos? Or the gym, which I probably could not give less. I'll try. We still have about half an hour left of the show. I'll try to give less of a fuck, but I don't think I can give less of a fuck. What thoughts are you looking for? I don't care about that brand or gym. But what's your question? I think zoos in themselves, like an actual zoo, I think that's terrible. I think it's awful. For certain animals, it's different. For certain animals, it's cool. You can see some shit, but for primates and things, it's fucking sad. It's fucking sad and creepy. Lions or gorillas, it's a little, not really a fan. Certain animals, they don't give a shit, and it's cool to be up close to them and see them. All right, Lady Hawk, my body has changed drastically since going to the fucking gym. I am stronger, healthier, and wearing clothes that haven't fit in years, but my weight has barely moved. I don't think I gained that much muscle. Well, what do you mean by that? If you're not measuring, if you're not accurately measuring that, then you don't know. You're just speculating. Don't forget, your perception of time and your perception of progress is not a DEXA scan or underwater weighing. It's not objective, right? You're subjective. So you feel, I think that doesn't really, not that it doesn't have some insights, but it's not accurate in that sense. Not a quantitative measurement. It's just a feeling. So you're stronger, healthier, and wearing clothes that haven't fit. So you're losing body fat. That's what it means. You're losing body fat. You're losing overall mass. You're losing circumference. That's much more important than what the scale says. So don't worry about the scale. If you're wearing clothes that haven't fit, in other words, you're building muscle and you're losing fat. You're losing fat and building muscle because you're getting stronger. You're lifting weights, so you're definitely building muscle and developing muscle. How much? Hard to say without measuring accurately. So there's that. I don't think I gained that much muscle. Well, don't forget, you also have water in your body. So when you build muscle, you still have water and fluids, so that counts. And also, you're not just building muscle, you're building bone density. There's a lot of other things that go along with strength training. And if you're lifting weights, there's small levels of inflammation when you're training, so your body might hold a little bit more water too for the muscles. But again, the weight doesn't matter. The weight doesn't matter. You want to be, if you are muscular, most women and most dudes, you want to have more muscle and less fat. You are going to be at a weight that you never thought you would be at. And you're going to look the way you always wanted to. And it's amazing. It's unfortunate, but it's amazing how women, and mostly women, will obsess so much about the scale, even if they look the way they've always wanted. They feel everything is great. Everything is great. They're leaner. They feel great. Their arms look great. Their butt looks great. But if the scale is 20 pounds higher than they thought it would be, when do you see a scale? Who the fuck cares? You're walking down the street and you look fine as fuck. No one's like, oh no, that chick's 175. They're like, I want it. I want it. They're like, mommy, I want one. I want one of those. I want one of those. That's it. No one gives a fuck. No dude gives a fuck how much you weigh. If you look good, that means you have muscle, you're lean. Like, you know, if you have a physique and you're 5'8", you're going to be heavier than someone who has a physique that's 5'2". That's how it works. You're a bigger person. You're a taller person. You have more structure. Fine. Anyway, so that's silly stuff. Frank, what's the difference between lifting for strength and lifting for looks? Everything and nothing. I mean, what's the difference? Strength is strength. And aesthetics are subjective. So lifting for looks, you're going to build strength if you're lifting for looks. But lifting for strength doesn't necessarily get you looks. You could be a strong man in competition and have a ton of body fat and be strong. Or you can lift weights and do similar type of training and eat better and do some more bodybuilding, balance type training. Usually it depends on how you train for strength. If you're trying to get strong for specific lifts, you want to get stronger at, let's say, bench, deadlift, and squat. So if your goal is to just put up higher numbers, you don't care if your deltoids are capped. You don't care if you have a good V-taper. You don't care if you have glutes that look good in shorts or pants. So that's the difference. I'm not sure what your real question is. I mean, that's the difference. Two different outcomes, two different focuses. But if you're lifting for looks, you're going to get stronger. But if you're going for absolute strength, well, then your goal is absolute strength. In other words, whichever one you go towards, if you go for only aesthetics, you're going to be sacrificing some strength because you're probably going to do foofy exercise and try to look good if you're a model. If you're a model, if your goal is to look good on a camera, does it matter if you bench 315? No. But if you're going to a competition where you have to bench, you're going to not care about whether you have an 8-pack. Okay. Good question, but seems kind of, maybe you want to go into that a little bit more. Seems a little bit basic. Maybe that wasn't exactly what you meant, but if it was, yeah, give you some more perspective on that. Good question. Thank you. All right. Tyler went full Miyagi on this one. Papa Swole, there's girl who are fucking jacked out of their mind. Hey. That's not a question. That's an incoherent, segmented statement. But I appreciate that. Let me get a little simple jack for you.
Make me happy.
There's girl. Hey, girl fucking jacked out of mind. Hey. All right. If you want to follow up with that, Tyler, we love you. I know you can take it. All right, here we go. More questions. Good stuff. No calls today. Come on, fam. AskPapaSolio.com. Call. Talk to daddy. There's some church. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's get a little church break. And of course, we have the Tainty Man. Excellent. Well done. Well done, team. The church is back. The church is on fire. We don't need no water. Francois, at 51 years old, what should I train towards? Be stronger or to be bodybuilding style? Strength is always important. Strength, not at the compromise of your structure and your health. So strength and mobility. Really mobility, because mobility is strength through a full range of motion. Strength training, mobility. Mobility is absolutely essential. Mobility, stabilization. You should be working on all the seven pillars, baby. You should be meditating, working on your mobility, training for strength. There's nothing wrong with bodybuilding. I like a foundation of bodybuilding. I think even if you're going for strength, bodybuilding is important. The aesthetics are important for a reason, because if you have proper proportion, then you're paying attention to all the muscles in your body. Doesn't mean that you're getting the deep muscles. It just means you're working on the superficial muscles. But I think there are a lot of health benefits from a joint standpoint if you come with a bodybuilding approach. Now, some people might disagree, but it's the fact that if you have proportions like, oh, you have good shoulders, you have good depth and size of your shoulders, you have good chest and back and legs and glutes and quads and hamstrings and calves and form, you're obviously training these various areas for strength and for muscle hypertrophy, which means you're in general have from an aesthetic or from an optical standpoint, you have more balance around the joints. It doesn't mean that your joints are optimally healthy. You can be very tight and immobile, but if you combine that with your strength training and that approach, but everyone's going to have aesthetics differently. Strength is very important, but you can also go for aesthetics with some isolation exercise and things like that. Everyone's going to react differently to training styles, nutrition, and so forth. But strength, I would say in terms of the order, I would say mobility. It's very close, strength, mobility, but I would say it's hard to say strength, mobility. Because it's such a component. I don't know if one would go above the other. My instinct says strength, but I would say mobility, strength. And then, because mobility is going to be the most important thing to prevent injury. So mobility, strength, aesthetics, if you want to put in order. But strength and mobility are so Venn diagram. They're so correlated. Good questions today, fam. Kyle, Papa Swole, when you were training, did you pay attention to VO2 max or HRV? Not really. I know now that you don't, but most people still need tech help. What do you mean? VO2 max is really much more important for people that do aerobic. If you're doing cycling, if you're doing marathon running, if you're doing skiing or something, some endurance activity, triathlons, VO2 max is a good measurement of your body's aerobic capacity. Heart rate variability. I mean, I just don't really, I don't worry too much about that. I think cardio, look, I always say, I think cardio is fantastic. I think cardio is fantastic. I just don't think if you want health and you want, listen, we only have 20, how about this? We only have 24 hours in a day. What do you want the outcome to be? If you're doing cardio, you're not doing weights. I'm not saying overall in your program, but at the moment. So you only have time to do so many things. Everyone's different. Some people have more time to train because of their job and their scheduling or whatever, or their priorities or their discipline, their dedication. Some people have more limited time. So it comes down to, what are you trying to accomplish? What are your weak points? And then what are you actually doing? So a lot of people want a physique, they want muscle, they want to be lean, they're doing way too much cardio. So it's all a tool. Cardio is not evil. Cardio is not the devil, but I'm certainly not going to go on a treadmill or a fucking step master or Stairmaster or some shit like that when I can do sled outside, when I can go for a long walk outside in the sun, when I can do mace or club work or jump rope or something that's going to be a lot more useful in terms of other aspects, or a kettlebell circuit. Get tons of fucking cardio. I'd rather grab a light kettlebell and do cardio that way than jogging for 10 miles. So there's all different thresholds and, you know, different zones for cardio. There's a lot of different things you can do. But in other words, it should be something supplemental to the fundamental strength, mobility, and all those other 7 pillars. If you notice, just saying, this is why the 7 pillars are very foundational and they cover all this. So training is pillar number 3. There's no cardio. There's no cardio pillar. There's recovery. So you can, active recovery. You can go for a walk, you can go hiking, you can go on a bike ride if you love that shit. Again, there are certain things with cardiovascular training that we always talk about. It's training. It's not enjoyment. It's not fun. You're not doing this for enjoyment. But you can definitely choose some of these items based on your enjoyment. If you love going on bike rides, use that for your active recovery. Use that for your cardio because you love it. For something like that, I would bias more towards something that you enjoy. Just keep in mind when you're on a bike, you're restricted in your positioning. But if you're also doing mobility and yoga and stuff like that, you're going to balance it out. But, people that are always just going to spin class every fucking day, they're going to get jacked up hamstrings and hips and their back and their posture. And, just people get obsessed with it like crackheads. Yeah, lifting does. Someone just posted something in the chat about VO2 max. Lifting does increase VO2 max, but not as much as cardiovascular aerobic training. So lifting does increase or improve, or would improve your VO2 max, just not as much as other types of training. Let's see. Papa Swolio, what did Mama Swolio get you for Christmas? We didn't do presents. We didn't do anything like that this year. I kind of get stuff for me. Like I got a new, I posted in the Swole Fam, I posted this in the Telegram chat. How many of you saw the new mace I got? Let's fucking go. How many of you saw the new mace I got? And I didn't post a picture. Oh, so yesterday, 2 days ago, yesterday we were rearranging the backyard in a big way, by the way. So I got four more pieces. Monday I showed pictures. Was it the gym or I showed pictures of outside? I forget, but I got four more pieces of equipment for the Swole gym outside. Oh God. So I know there's a question about Christmas, but I always get her little things all the time, but I'll let her go get it. Like I'll let her go to Ulta or Sephora or whatever she likes to do. She's a cosmetologist. She's a professional makeup artist and hair. So she likes to do. So it's nothing that I'm gonna be able to get her. Anyway, but I got more equipment. So I got a brand new mace. I got a couple wood clubs last week, but I got a brand new mace yesterday. Fucking awesome. Someone was like, it looks like something out of Gears of War. Yeah, it does. And I got 4 pieces of equipment. I got a biangular chest press, which is fucking unreal. It's something that I used when I was training at Bally's back in 2006. They don't make them anymore. They don't make old equipment like this anymore. It's great. So it's a Magnum biangular chest press. It's awesome. Great. It just fucking converges together. Oh, it's sick. It's a flat bench and you can adjust the depth of the stretch. I got a hammer strength row, which is awesome. I got the best deal in the world. Fucking let's get some gorillas for offer up. I already have a Rogue, because we talk about Nordic curls a lot. I already have a Rogue floor glute, but this one guy, I cannot, if you don't know, this thing is like $600-700 off Rogue, the floor glute for Nordic curls. This guy was selling one for $100. $100 fucking
That's
dollars.
fucking bullshit.
I thought it was fake. I thought it was a joke. This guy just didn't need the money and just wanted it gone. I didn't understand why it was on for like a day or two. I couldn't believe it. So I was like, I have to get this one. So now I have one outside, and I also got a standing preacher. Oh, I got this old school Body Masters double-sided standing preacher curl, spider curl, which they don't make anymore. Like, I mean, this is fucking awesome. So I got some sweet shit. Fucking can't wait. Gonna make some sick fucking gains today. Chest and back titties. I can't wait. The hack squat's great. Hack squat is fucking fantastic. Anyway, I'll take a picture. I did take a picture. I'll take a picture and let you guys. So yesterday, Mama Swole and I, we gutted this whole, we were tearing up because, I mean, I've talked about this in the Swole Fam. You know, we have to like pressure clean the outside of the house because of all that like green algae. Like yesterday we were ripping and chopping down trees and shit. So we cleaned up a lot of stuff because I want to hang my Swole flags and stuff out there. So got a pressure cleaner, and the next couple days we got to like spray the side of the house. So I'll take some pictures. Hack squat's fantastic. Gonna do hacks tomorrow. I was sore for a few days after I did hack squats. Jeremiah Papa Swole, what's the best leg builder? Is it hack squats or barbell squats? Nothing supplants barbell squats. If you do hack squats properly, a lot of people use hack squats instead of doing barbell squats. I think you asked the question earlier too. Who's your favorite bodybuilder? Tom Platz. That's why my hack squat's named Platz. So if you're asking me barbell over hack squats, Tom Platz would swoop in and rip out my soul if I said hack squats over barbell squats. So no, it's definitely barbell squats. Nothing replaces the classic, but a lot of people do squats wrong and then they don't use the hack squat properly. A lot of people use the hack squat in replacement of poor ankle mobility. So they'll do it like a regular squat and put their feet up really high because they don't have the right mobility to do a barbell squat properly. So if you have the ankle mobility and you're doing a full-blown squat, you should do the duck position, Tom Platz style, with the hack squat at the bottom of the platform, and then use them also like a sissy squat. All right. Let's see. Jeremy, Papa, follow up to yesterday with more fat to lose at 180 pounds, 5'8". I'm worried about lowering my set point. Or how that works. In your opinion, all pillars followed, cut or just focus on lifting? Set point, don't worry about that shit. This is something, I mean, I don't follow up to yesterday. To be honest, I don't remember the details of yesterday. Not to be rude. I don't remember all the details of what happened yesterday in the discussion, even though it was yesterday. So many discussions, so much. I don't remember much from one day to the next. When it comes to the show, a lot of things are just, they get kicked out by new stuff. So you need to build muscle. Just keep on focusing on lifting heavy and building muscle and keeping your elimination diet going in terms of cutting out the inflammatory foods, focusing on sleep. I'm not sure. I think you might have mentioned yesterday what you were eating, but you need to focus on lifting. Focus on lifting. I would focus mostly on just protein and fat, sprinkle in some fruit, keep the carbs on the lower end, lift weights, focus on getting quality sleep, going for walks if you can. I mean, really just focusing on the dense nutrition, lifting weights, be consistent and relentless and make no excuses. Don't fall off. Don't just go complete swole mode. Just don't fucking go drinking, go out. Oh, you're the musician, right? You're like at bars and stuff. That's going to be hard. Just don't be sitting up there drinking alcohol. And I know it might be hard, but priorities, if that's what you want, be a machine. Be a machine. Let's see. Midnight's Anthem. Papa Swole, you're not a question. I just want to thank Papa for upper body tips. I PR'd 3 reps at 105 on the last pull down as a female. I'll take it. Nice. Good for you. Good for you. Glad to hear it. Good to hear it. Let's see. We got one from earlier. Frank, I tend to bulk up quickly when I lift heavy. No one really bulks up quickly. Come on. People think that it's usually fat. I mean, some people do are hyper respond, but that's a good problem to have if that's the case. Somewhat barrel chested, and I don't want to sacrifice health for looks. That's not a question. What's your question? We got to move on, so that's not really a question. All right. Papa Swole, you think in another life you would have been a lumberjack or caveman? Well, considering what you mentioned there are like 100,000 years apart, I would much prefer to be a lumberjack than a caveman. Slightly different time periods. I think lumberjacks had a lot better than cavemen. I'll pass on the caveman shit there. Tyler, is it normal to have inflammation when lifting? Yeah, you're breaking down the muscle. You're damaging the muscle tissue. That's why going into a cold plunge immediately after lifting isn't a good idea, because you want the actual inflammatory response. Those signals that your body receives from like the damaged muscle tissue signals growth and signals the body to repair and need to build them stronger, thicker in terms of the muscle fibers and more resilient. So you actually don't want to interrupt that inflammatory pathway right after a workout, because otherwise your body is not going to get the proper signals to build up the muscle so it can handle that the next time. All right, let's move right along. Good questions, fam. Good questions. Remember, if you didn't get your question answered, or you're trying to rapidly type, call in. AskPapaSolio.com. Call in and you have a minute. You can explain your question. All right, let's move into some balls deep. Good stuff.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That's deep.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
All right. Did you know that your race depends on who you vote for? That's fucking interesting, right? Democrats always teaching me new shit. Here we go. Let's see here. Oh my God. Well, that's a short one. That's last. That's fucking last. That's fucking last. Holy fucking shit, that's fucking last. That video we're watching last. Oh my God, today is going to be lit. All right. Sometimes when we pick these videos, by the way, if you don't know, everyone hit the like button. If you're on YouTube, how many likes do we have versus people are watching? Do we have everyone hitting the like button? Let's fucking go. Come on. No excuses. Everyone hit the thumbs up. You might not think it's a big deal. It really is. The channel, the podcast on YouTube is so restricted. It's so restricted. All right. People aren't getting notified. That's why we use Swole text and I notify you. But that's what YouTube is looking for. They're looking for you hitting that little thumbs up. That's it. Because everyone hits it. Oh my God, people come here and they like it and they're engaging and hitting that button. And then they'll promote it to more people that are following the channel. So anyway, hit that like button. And share the stream. This is the best. I mean, most people love this part the best. I don't know the best part of the show. I love the Swole fan post. I love the Q&A. But I also like going balls deep and, have those balls slapping. Usually I'll pick one first. Because it's shorter. Or it's, okay, like an appetizer. These all look horrific. So I don't think there's a win here. This is a stitch. It's called Some People Are Just Fat. There's no other way around it. We have to just go into it.
What's in the box?
Some people are just fat.
Something clearly wrong with the woman on the right.
I'm going to pause it because it's a stitch. So we have another video incoming. If you're just listening, you're welcome. You're welcome. If you're just listening, keep listening. Do not watch. Do not come. If you're listening, keep listening. You do not want to watch this part of the show. The picture here, some of you might have seen this. I don't know what the fuck is going on. The middle one is a dude. That's not a woman. It's a man. You could tell by the hips and like, I don't know. I don't know what this is from. I saw this somewhere else. Does anyone know where this is from? I don't know where this picture is from. The woman on the right is one of the most obese women you'll ever see. And it looks like her lower leg is about to pop. Like it's about to explode. It's going into like some Converse or something. And her just, I can't explain it really. Okay. So this woman is kind of like a little tiny head in the corner and someone else is going to stitch it. So this first part says, obese people aren't as big as you think they are. All right. I don't know where this is going to go, but the picture is horrific and this is a stitch. So there's going to be another video coming in. Let's play it through.
Something clearly wrong with the woman on the right.
Just a couple things. First of all, you can't determine someone's health by their appearance. Some people are fat because of the choices they make. Some people are just fat. But regardless, the reason why someone's fat is none of your business.
If you're going to be an advertisement or flaunting it or some company is going to be promoting it, you're making it my business because you're putting it in my fucking face. If you're trying to, don't give me this none of your business shit. I'm so sick of this fucking patronizing garbage. I'm not talking to this person individually, but anyone that's like, it's not your business. If you're putting in advertising, if you're marketing it, if you're pushing it in front of people's faces, if you're promoting this to kids, if you're trying to say this is healthy, you're making it my business because you're going against all fucking logic and common sense. So you're making it my business by putting it in my fucking face everywhere I fucking look. I see it everywhere. This fucking promotion of obesity. It's ridiculous. You're making it my business. Okay, let's continue.
Secondly, being fat is not a moral failing.
No one's saying it is. It's a result of poor lifestyle habits, compounded over decades. Never underestimate the power of compounding, whether it comes from financial investing and when it comes from terrible fucking habits. You are the product of your habits. This woman did not eat a cheeseburger and get fat overnight. I'll tell you that much. This is compounded over years. Years.
Just as being thin does not make you morally superior, neither is being healthy. No one owes you health.
Get an iPhone.
And fun fact, there are no diseases exclusive to fat people.
But diseases drastically overperform with fat people. Drastically. Well, thin people can get cancer too. That must mean it doesn't matter if you're fat. Wow. That's garbage logic.
And when you account for all variables, there isn't even a higher rate of disease in fat people.
Matt Damon.
The variables? What variables of being obese? What the fuck? Yeah, if we normalize, what are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about? Oh my God, there isn't a higher rate of disease or diabetes in fat people? Yes, there is. What about COVID? Oh, what about the Vitty McVitterson? Yeah. Fat people were succumbing to it left and right. Oh, shut the fuck. God damn it. You can't fix stupid, fam. You lose. This is so dumb.
Fat doesn't make you sick.
Fat doesn't make you sick. It definitely compromises your immune system, making you more likely to be sick. You're using the semantics aren't getting past old Papa and the fam. Okay?
Fat doesn't cause disease.
Oh, fat doesn't cause disease. Actually, the signaling from the fat cells actually perpetuate disease and increase your risk of all disease. And the habits that lead you to being fat.
Just say you hate fat people and move on.
All right. See, this is where like, this is where it goes from like, you're just being silly to going full blown retard.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Just say you hate fat people and move on. No. With your garbage logic, that doesn't equate me hating someone. I don't like lazy people. I don't like bad habits. I don't like the fact that someone else doesn't take care of themselves. I don't hate them. That's a very heavy term. You gotta stop throwing around. Just say you hate fat people. I'm not going to. I don't hate fat people. I don't like their habits. It's also not my body. So it only affects me so much. It affects my taxes. It affects health insurance. It affects, the productiveness of our country and our society. So it affects me, this fat liberation bullshit. It affects me mentally. It affects me in terms of business. It affects me in terms of censorship. So I hate that stuff because it's infringing on my freedom of speech. I can't fucking talk about people changing their health because, oh my God, that's fat phobic and you're insulting and harassing someone. Just because you're a fucking pussy doesn't mean I'm harassing you. Seriously. Just because you're, and I'm not talking about to this woman because this is just enough.
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
Right? Again, just because you, I'm not talking you, not this woman in general, the role of you, because you're a huge pussy doesn't mean I'm harassing you. It's a microaggression. No, you're a huge pussy. Let's move on. Okay, let's get a little tainty, man, because that was, let's wash that out of here. What do you say, fam? What do you hear? What do you say? Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? What do you hear? What do you say? Let's go, fam. Let's go. Pump it up.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
There are no more shenanigans, no more tomfoolery,
man stream.
No more ballyhoo.
Love this man cast. Fucking love it. Are you amped? Are you fucking amped? Tainty man, are you fucking lit? Tainty boy, you lit? Rufus, hell yeah, buddy. Hell fucking yeah, buddy. You're amped. You're amped, bro. Churchley, you amped? You fucking stoked? You stoked to go deep? All right. Not heating up bullshit.
He's on fire!
I'm roasting. Call me Papa Marshmallow. Because I'm on fire. Roasting. Okay. Ooh, we got a vagina video and we have a racist video. We're ending with the vagina, and I'll explain why. Usually we end with racism. That's just a great way to fucking wrap up the show. Got to wrap up with racism. Usually that's just that's the cherry on top. It's like, we got to go racist, you know, but we're going to go with vagina because the context just sounds like, I don't think I can handle it. I don't think I can handle the vagina one and continue the show. Okay. Here we go. This next one.
The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
This next one says, it's a stitch. It says, being on time is racist. Because what? Being on time is racist. Is that because a lot of people that are, I don't know, CPT? Is that because of, I'm not going to say the other word. You have Cuban people time, right? Down here in Florida. It's like, if you want I have Cuban friends, you want to meet them at 2:00, you better tell them we're going to meet at 10. Just put it that way. But so what? A schedule? A schedule means there's other forms of CPT. Having a schedule is what? Because white people have to be at it certain. What are you talking about? No, being on time is just respectful of other people. Being on time is respecting other people's time. It's called good time management. It's being professional. It's being efficient. It's good time management. It's not racist. But let's see how it can be pretended to be.
What's in the box?
Chicks will dig you. Or dudes, or whatever gender thing you're into.
Okay, being on time is racist. Stitch.
Can we stop, normalizing people being late? It's not cute, it's not funny, it's not a...
When y'all are ready to learn about the connections between this, and the white American cultural norm with
white supremacy, sexism, homophobia, and patriarchy. Those things do not coincide. Sexism, homophobia, patriarchy, and white supremacy, they're all the same thing. They're all the same thing. God, stupid people come in all fucking colors, don't they?
Stop, normalizing people being late.
White.
It's not cute,
yellow,
it's not funny,
black.
it's not a...
I don't care what color you are. You could be stupid in all different languages. This is fucking
When
dumb.
y'all are ready to learn about the connections between this, and the white American cultural norm with
girl.
obsessing over being on time, please let me know. Please. Because as someone who is black, queer, has ADHD, and studies African American history and culture.
Pause. Black, queer, has ADHD, and studies black and indigenous. What does having ADHD have to do with anything? ADHD is it's probably the most overdiagnosed bullshit fucking issue ever. It's even more overdiagnosed than depression. ADHD. Pumping yourself full of chemicals, not getting sunlight, not exercising, getting quality sleep, meditating. Yeah, you're going to have attention issues. You're going to have attention issues. If you're pumping yourself full of garbage, not training, not meditating, not sleeping, fucking your eyes with blue light all the time, spending way too much time on TikTok, obviously, you're going to have attention issues. Methinks. Sucking down food colorings everywhere you go. Yeah, you're going to have neurological issues. That's the tip. That's the tip of the iceberg, obviously, with this one. Okay.
Queer, has ADHD, and studies African American history and culture. It's one of my favorite things to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be so much fun. But, until then, we could just keep acting like that's a completely harmless opinion that has no historical context whatsoever.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Stand! Stand! Stand!
Okay. Last one. You thought that was bad? You thought that was bad. If you think that was bad, wait till this next one.
It is not my place as a smaller bodied white man to comment on it.
You ready? You ready, lads? We're about to go deeper. It's going to go down. You ready for this? It's called man... This one's called...
What happened to your queer party friends?
All right. Hashtag most people don't. Drop that in the comments down below. This next one. Last one. Last one. The title is... The title is Man-Made Vaginas Are Superior.
What the fuck is that?
All right.
Inconceivable!
Man-made vaginas are superior. Here we go.
People are really out here saying that trans Chuchi is the inferior product. I'm sorry. We have the designer, expensive, bougie coochie. Like, you're telling me if someone says, would you like this free paper bag that came with my groceries, or would you like this $35,000 bag? You're taking the designer Birkin, babe. Like, seriously, you're just mad because trans girls don't want to put trash like you in our designer bags.
There's Tiny Tuck, Typical Tuck, Total Tuck, and the Tyrannical Tuck.
Scott! Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball!
I better use my strong hand.
Shame. 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 Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn!
There was an article in the Daily Mail the other day that literally said, it was a study, and it said that well over half of the people that have sex reassignment surgery are in constant pain. Like, they're in constant pain and they're miserable. But you don't hear about this in the mainstream. You don't hear about this discussed, of the horrors of dealing with these literally open wounds is what you're creating. If you're creating a vagina, you're literally creating a wound that doesn't really heal. Ooh. Yeah, I will take a vagina. You ready, fam? You ready for this? I would take, this is going to be hard to say. I would take Tess Holliday's vagina over anything like that. Let's... God damn it. God damn it, man. I would.
This is Milford Cubicle.
I would.
Mr. Strickland!
I would.
How dare you?
Yeah, but
Emotional damage.
I would. Let's give away today's Swole card. Oh.
Eat shit, Derek.
God damn it. God damn it.
This house is a fucking prison on planet bullshit in the galaxy of this sucks camel dicks.
Most people don't. Oh, God. Most people don't. Most people don't. Falcon, let's give away the Swole card before I think... Let's give away the Swole card before I have thoughts about anything ever again. Most people don't. Most people don't. But today, guess who does? James Dodd. Congratulations. Congratulations. Fucking sweet. James, can I call you Jaime? All right, Jaime. Make sure that you send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2449 in the subject, your mailing address, in the body of the email. Congratulations. That's fantastic, James. Congratulations, bro. Well, these videos were horrific, but it's all in good fun. Don't let your feelings get out of control. We believe in equality for everyone to make sick fucking games. And hopefully you had a good time and got slapped back as if you needed it. Back into some more logic and common sense. Go make some gains. Go crush your 7 pillars. Be kind to people. Help someone in the gym if they need help. Push yourself. Challenge yourself. Improve yourself. One person at a time. It starts with you, fam. It starts with you.
I'm leaving people.
What do you mean?
Hadouken! Hadouken! Hadouken!
Your father was a woman.
Loud noises!
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
How about I send you a hobo's dick cheese?
You got it, James. Congratulations.
Chlorophyll? More like chlorophyll.
Oh, baby.
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that did it for me.
Lieutenant Dan. I arrived in America's airport with clothing, US dollars, and a jar of gypsy tears to protect me from AIDS.
I will rain down a godly fucking firestorm upon you.
Are there any women here today?
Trying to squeeze an inch in on me somewhere, huh?
Now I know you'd love to just sit there and keep being not slim, but we gotta work a little today, okay?
Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth. $1.4 trillion worth. Out of $1.4 billion, $1.4 billion. I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness.
Coast to coast. All right. Very nice, everyone. Thank you for being here. Let's crank up this bad boy. What a show. What a show. What a sleaze cast. What a fucking sleaze cast. Fam, it just keeps on getting more insane. Be safe out there. Crush your 7 pillars. Jessica, be safe in that blizzard. Hopefully you're still making gains. Focus on your nutrition. You got this, girl. Everyone will be back here tomorrow for Friday overtime. I didn't even promote this. Fam, don't go anywhere. Overtime. I should have mentioned this at the beginning. That's me. That's a Matt Damon on me. I know. Let me pull it up. Tomorrow, after the live stream, tomorrow morning after the live cast, we're going right into overtime, immediately into overtime exclusively for members. And of course, the replays will be available on Swole TV. We have some awesome new content for you. So make sure you're there right after the live stream. We go right into OT and join the fam today, SwoleNormousX.com. Get access to all the private live streams. We have a roundtable coming up next Thursday. We have an accountability meeting Monday at 12. If you ever listen to the podcast and you see like, hey, there's only a short mini episode, a little Swolosophy, there's no episode, the live streams are private on those days, and we have a couple of weeks, so don't miss out. Join the fam today, SwoleNormousX.com, and check out all the memberships, programs, yoga, meditation, all 7 pillars, thousands of recipes, the elimination diet, nutrition jumpstart, so much more. SwoleNormousX.com. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you tomorrow for 50 days away from the next signature series. Let's fucking go. We'll see you then. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Your boy, Papa Swole. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint you. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my